The Smith family adventures are at Fredericksburg, Virginia battlefield. We are just beginning the trail. The Union attack begins. Yeah, I believe the Confederates were behind the stone wall, which we see here. Trail continues. There's some, looks to be period houses, period well, and the Smith family is walking on the trail. Lots of people died here. Probably lots of spirits. I don't think that was there. That looks fairly new. It's over 100 years ago, this battle. The Confederate line. Our boys fired into the dense masses without the fear of missing and with a fair prospect of cutting down 2 at a time. S.H. Walkup, 48th North Carolina Infantry. There's the sunken road, which I believe we're standing right here. So, the trail continues. Now, is someone buried here? Yeah, it looks to be. Cobb. Hard. It looks like there used to be an inscription here, but you can't see it anymore. Rest in peace, Mr. Cobb. Here lived Mrs. Martha Stevens, friend of the Confederate soldier, 1861 to 1865. UDC, hard to see what's written there, but there it is. So we're standing on something good. Thomas R.R. Cobb, so that's the monument where he received a mortal wound by the sunken road, so he's not buried there, I would imagine. But erected in 1880s, the stone General Cobb's is one of the earliest monuments in the park. This photograph was taken about 20 years after the monument was erected rather. So, wow, bit of history. So that is the Stevens house. The Stevens house, the foundation outlined before you, marks the wartime home of Edward and Martha Stevens. Oh, so that grave over there, if it is a grave, is Martha Stevens, where she is buried. Here is a picture of what it looked like during the era. Very interesting. The Stevens Family Cemetery. 8 members are buried somewhere over here, I would imagine. I guess the headstones are lost to time. It's a shame. Actual bullet holes. Wow. Look at that, huh? This is actually the Innes house. I would imagine there would be more bullet holes on this side, but they were probably repaired, I would imagine, because this house is obviously still here, but it was used up until 1913. And where that street is where the Union troops came up from, I would imagine.
Oh, it should be like
if over here is the sunken road, yeah, they would have come up from here, which is all now houses. The killing fields. This view, taken a mile behind you, shows the vast open space in front of the Mayor's Heights only months after December 1862 battle. Wow. Here's a monument to a soldier who just basically tried to save lives. At the risk of his life, this American soldier of sublime compassion brought water to his wounded foes at Fredericksburg. The fighting men on both sides of the line called him the Angel of Mayor's Heights. Wow. Wonder what happened to him. We are cutting across a field which probably was Union soldiers had actually walked. Oh, we can't go this way. There's what the Union soldiers encountered is a sunken road. Retreat! Retreat! We must retreat! Erected by the state of South Carolina, the Commonwealth of Virginia, collateral descendants of Richard Kirkland and citizens of the United States. These monuments should stay. They should stay where they are. Oh wow, so he actually fought at Fredericksburg, fought Gettysburg, and he died in Chickamauga. September 1863. Wow. The original wall. Standing here, you can clearly see how the sunken road got its name. Cut into the base of Mary's Heights. The roadbed sits several feet below the grade of the surrounding hill slope. Yeah, so this is not the original wall. That's what the original wall looked like. And that's a representation of the fighting. Wow, they had the real clear advantage. Yes. Why they even attacked, I don't know. I guess they had no choice. The Brompton House. That's the Brompton House up there. We can't go up there. It's a private residence. Wow.
I'll take a picture.
So I would imagine Lee, General Lee probably was in that house for sure. Brompton, home of the President University of Mary Washington. Wow. So this place has got to be vastly different from what it actually was during the battle. Like all those houses weren't there. Here's the view of the sunken road. We're walking back to where we started. See, I would imagine this was much deeper in its time. Oh, there's more. It's up here. The Mary Heights Trail Visitor Center. The visitor center is that way, like you can see where I'm pointing. And now we're going up to the Mary Heights Trail. Pretty cool. Here's a view of the sunken road and the Smith family. New Jersey, where we came from, is the north, so if we were still living there, we'd be in the north fighting here. But if we lived here, we'd be in the south fighting for the south. So a lot of people died here, so you got to respect it, right, kiddo?
That one and your friend.
Then your friend. There was lots of friends, lots of brothers. There was brothers on one side, brothers on the other side that died here. Lots of people died here. I wonder if that was here back then. Possibility. Was that tree here? Probably. Looks old enough. A lot of these trees look old enough to be here original. We're coming up to Mary's Height. We should get a good vantage point.
Daddy.
Yeah, you can see why the Confederates just really did really well here. I mean, they had the total advantage. Look at that. That's pretty cool, huh? Nice. The attack on Mary's Height at 11 a.m. on December 13th, 1862. The first of 8 Union divisions poured out of the town to attack Mary's Height. Wow. Imagine this is where they had all their artillery up here.
Just tell me.
Kenny went on the trail. We're on top of Mary's Height still. Some of the view of the city of Fredericksburg down there. Could you just imagine being a Union soldier coming up down there, up to here? Would you want to do it? Wow. A lot of brave soldiers came up here, or tried to anyway. You're a Union soldier. What are your chances of survival coming up and down there? Wow. Jeez. Here's another view. I mean, look at that. I mean, there's the sunken road down there. You had to get through that. And then after you got through that, you had to get up here. All the you know, the whole while, you know, a hail of leads coming down to you. Jeez. You probably didn't even make it. You probably were killed like way out there. Because all those houses weren't there. That was all open fields. They said there was only like 2 or 3 houses you could hide behind. There's some cannons. I promised my son some cannons. Have come through. The battered buildings on Willis Hill. Oof. And here is the Confederate artillery. Yeah, they were definitely up here. You are here. So that's what they were firing upon. Wow. Another view of a cannon. Whether it was used here, I don't know. I would say probably not. It's probably just a period cannon put here, but still. Could you imagine that firing at you down there? Look at Tommy.
2,
You like the cannon, Tommy?
3, 5, 6,
entrance to the cemetery. Look at the size of it. And most of them are probably unknown. Wow, look at that. Look how big it is. Wow. These are all soldiers that died here.
Yeah.
So PA, I would imagine, represents Pennsylvania,
New York.
Massachusetts.
New
So
York.
these are all Union soldiers. Well, yeah, I mean, probably not that many casualties from the Confederates.
There's a Smith there.
T.G. Smith from Massachusetts. I wonder if there's any relation to the Smiths. 'Cause
Yeah.
my father was from Massachusetts. Maya, don't walk on the person's grave. That man died valiantly trying to
There's
preserve
another
the
Smith
Union.
over there.
Yeah, these are all Union soldiers. Rhode Island, Michigan, Massachusetts, Ohio.
Yeah,
Ohio.
that's our name.
I'm amazed they actually have a lot of the names.
I saw it.
We haven't gone out there, but I imagine that that's mostly all Union soldiers. Check out this monument here. It's probably a monument to the fallen soldiers of the Union. Let's see. 127th Regiment of the Pennsylvania Volunteer Infantry, Colonel W.W. Jennings commanding. 3rd Brigade, 2nd Division, 2nd Corps. So here's a bunch of markers that are just markers. They don't know their names. Those look to be cannons that have been erected as monuments. That's kind of neat. So what is this one here? John Grozell, Indiana. So that's a Confederate, I imagine. Yeah. We may have reached the Confederate area. It's hard to see some of these. Sunder. Some of them have been buried in New Jersey. Look at that, Maya, New Jersey. Richard Morrell. Erected by Pennsylvanians to commemorate the charge of General H.V. Murphy's Division, 5th Corps on Mary's Height, Fredericksburg, Virginia, December 13th, 1862. Yeah, I imagine a lot of these soldiers, you know, they had a lot of, I don't know what's the exact word, memories, you know, a very important, tragic moment in their life, and they want to be buried here, you know. And maybe a lot of their friends or brothers died here, and they just want to be buried here. Wow. Yeah, most of these are all Union soldiers. One last view from Mary's Height. Wow.
If you could one and it was your friend, then you were.
Yeah, all the Union soldiers came up from down there, and they fought to take this spot, and a lot of them died, and this is where they ended up, and so you show them respect, and you can look at their graves, but don't walk on them. All right? They're all buried here, even down the hill. Wow. You want to go to the museum?
No.
Why? Because you're tired of walking?
Yeah.
Could you imagine all the Union soldiers coming up here if they said that? I'm tired of walking, sir. I don't want to walk anymore. So show a little respect to the soldiers that died here and walk a little further. Kids these days. All right, let's go to the museum shop and get some museum goodies. There's a big monument. A lot of the stuff is probably erected 20 years or so after the battle. That is the end of the video for Fredericksburg, Virginia. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and smash that like button for me. All right, let's go. Smith family out.